Hey everybody, I'm going to give you a quick abbreviated version of what you're going to be doing for your music mix project that you can see on the screen here. We're going to be using YouTube more than likely, or many of you will be unless you have your own music that you want to use. But we're also going to use a couple of programs, or one of the two programs here that's listed, one called Audacity and one that's called Aviary Mina. What we're going to do is we're going to create a mix of at least 7 songs that are linked together by a common word, and I'll put an example on our website so you can listen to it, but I think I've shown one to you, or will be showing one to you in class. But as you can see, we need to basically find the songs first of all. Second of all, we need to cut the songs down to 10 to 15 seconds in length. Nothing any more than 30 seconds because of copyright related issues. And then we can use special effects if we're familiar with it. That would be ideal, I should say. And then we want to see be able to kind of adjust volume levels and just kind of make it sound like one continuous song instead of 7, 8, 9 really choppy sections that are just kind of thrown together. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn in basically an MP3, or turn it into an MP3 sound file, up to 2 to 3 minutes in length, depending on how many songs you use. And then you're also going to create a lyric sheet. So there's a few different ways to do that as well. I'll put the rubric on the website so you can see it, so you can look at this. But this is kind of how we're evaluating what you do. And here is just a quick name, or a quick example, I should say, of kind of how your lyric sheet might look when you get done. And kind of what you're doing. So each one of the underlined words is a lyric to a different song. So each line is a different song, and they're all put together by one similar common denominator, so to speak. So get on your feet, stand would be the next word in both the previous line and the next line. So that's kind of the link that we're going to be using. Now we're going to use a variety of different ways to get the music. One is, if you have the music and you have it in an MP3 format, you can either just send that to yourself, or put it on a CD or something like that. But if it's just on your iPod, it may or may not work very well. So there's 2 other options that we commonly use. The first one is called listentoyoutube.com, and what this does is it takes a YouTube video and turns it into an MP3 file. Now, this is good and bad. It's good because we can use it for things like this. It's bad because if people abuse it, then we're not going to have services like this. So it's pretty simple. I've got a video queued up here, a favorite of mine, a favorite video anyways, from a group called OK Go from Chicago. And so I'm just going to basically copy the URL. I'm going to go back to my converter. My listentoyoutube.com is the address. I'm just going to paste this right in here. Standard quality will work fine. And then I'm just going to click go. And you notice that it's going to show me the progress and let me know that it's downloading it and it's converting it. When it's done, it's going to give me a conversion button that I can go ahead and download the file and then be able to modify it. Okay, we'll let that one go. The other one is called Zamzar, ZAMZAR.com, and on this site, what you do is first you want to go over here to download videos. We'll just use the same video, and you can see kind of how it's similar and how it's different. We're going to paste our address in there. You can see that this will change. Step 2, we need to change the format to MP3. and then we're going to enter our email address. And if I could type this morning, it would be great. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to convert. Okay, it's telling me that you're going to convert a flash file, or that's what an FLV is, to an MP3. Here's the email that it's being sent to. If that's right, click OK, and it is. And you can see that this one is going to be a little bit different. It uploads it, and then it tells you that basically you're going to get an email from Zamzar, and you have 24 hours from the time that you received the email. So if you're doing this on a Friday and you're not going to check your email over the weekend, that might be an issue. If you're doing it in class time, it might work okay. Personally, I prefer the listen to YouTube because, as you can see, the conversion is complete. The file is being prepared for download. Get the download link here. And now all I have to do is just click on this download button. Okay, I'm going to save the file instead of open it. I'm going to just save it in whatever location I need it to go in. Okay, and in Firefox you don't quite have as much functionality, but I can open the folder and I can find out wherever it is and move it to where I need it to. Okay, so here is my file that says, okay, here it goes again. Now, what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take that into one of my screen editors, or sorry, one of my music editors. One of the options, this is an online version, it's called Aviary. Okay, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my file, I'm going to import the audio, I'm going to browse for it to find it, and I hope I can find it relatively quickly. Alright, so I found my song here. Here it is. I'm going to go ahead and open that. I'm going to choose Next. I can change the name and give it a description and a tag if I want to. I'm going to keep this all rights reserved. That just basically means that nobody's going to be able to use it without my permission. That's how I want this. That's a safety feature that you want to take advantage of because of copyright regulations. And I could change and go in and modify these things, but for this I don't really need to. So I'm just going to choose OK. I followed my 3 steps, and it's going to upload this. And then once it's done, it's going to show up here. I'm not going to upload another one right now, so say no thanks. And I'm just going to drag this down into here. Now I'm going to change my view so I can see time frames. But basically what I'm going to do is I need to find the part that I want to keep, and I need to find the part that I want to get rid of. And generally speaking, it works best to start at the beginning or start at the end. And with this, you can see a couple of things when I hold my mouse over this change. I can trim the start, which means if I go here, this 6-second mark is now my starting feature. And if I want to drag it back to make that the beginning, that straight line just means that it's dead space. So let's say that I'm going to use this mark right here. I'm going to drag this back to the beginning, and then I'll go to the end of my file here, and I'll do the same thing from the end, and I'm going to drag this back. You might have to kind of do it a couple of different times. Actually, I can minimize this so I can see all of it. You want to be able to use the detail eventually, but for now we're going to use it like this. Alright, so here's the end, and let's say that I would just want these first few seconds, and there's the part that I want to keep. Now what I'll do is I'll do the exact same thing, and let's say that this is my second track here. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to butt that up to the end. And so here's where I want my 2 lyrics to match up. So I'll go here to the middle. Obviously, you guys will take a lot more time and patience when you do this. And I'll use those 15 seconds. And then in here, naturally I would do the same. So you'll have to import multiple files in order to do it this way. But you can see just how easy it is. And so this tool is pretty good. This is called Aviary Mina. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to save it. You might have to create a username and a password. I'm not 100% sure, so just follow through there. Actually, yep, you will. We need to log in and register to create an account. And then you'll be able to work on it from this site. So that's the advantage to that. The other place that you may want to try is Audacity. And Audacity is probably on your desktop. And what you'll do is you'll import your audio just like you did earlier. And I've got a few different things here. So we'll use one of these, and we'll go ahead and open that. And you'll see a similar feature. Alright, and now I'm going to import another one, and that means that it's going to open it in the same window. So we'll go in here. Here's that. Alright, so I got two different files. I'm going to mute this first one while I work with this one. And in here, what I'll have to do is I'll have to highlight the part that I want or don't want. And I'll cut out this first minute and just choose delete. You notice that moves everything over. I'll go and I'll take out this section, choose delete again. Okay, mute that one, work on this one. Okay, and again I'll do the same thing. I'll get rid of this part, and I will keep this part. And then I'm going to change tools from my selection tool to my time shift tool. And I'm just going to pull this over. Okay, and then I'll have multiple files in there. And then the way that you save that is you're going to select all of your layers, and you go up here and you will export, and then you will save this as an MP3. When you get to that point, let me know. We run into some issues. We might have to have you save it as a WAV file instead, because there's an additional file that you'll need. So I'll help you with that. But for now, that's how we're going to create our music mashup or music mix. The only other thing that you'll need to do is find the lyrics online, and there's a lot of lyrics websites. So that shouldn't be too hard for you. And then you're just going to keep the lyrics of the music that you kept, and delete the rest, and just make it from one song to another, and just create a Word file for that. And that should be easy enough. So I'll talk to you more about it in class.